our anniversary, I bought Sam a new pivot tire. Good morning. It is Sunday, August 9th, and this is day one of week 2 of solo farming with Brandi. If you think it looks an awful lot like yesterday, it's because every day out here just seems to look the same anymore. It's smoky, the sky's that color, can't see anything really. Neither of the pivots have moved because this is still sitting here. So I thought that it was going to be the same problem that the last one had, and it got low on tire pressure. The valve stem came out or did its thing or something happened and it just basically went flat. That was not the case when we got to the tire store yesterday. They said, this is a bad tire. So I'll show you the pictures of what happened. So, because I didn't expect it to be a bad tire, I didn't take the other one that we had and took last time. So, today just happens to be our 18th wedding anniversary. So, for our anniversary, I bought Sam a new pivot tire. I hope he appreciates it. I hope it's what he wanted. I hope he's buying me some very fine Belgium chocolate and bringing it home to me in a week. But yeah, so on today's agenda, Ryan is coming back out this morning and we're going to basically reverse the process, put the tire in the bucket of the tractor, drive it out to the pivot, which is over there, you can't see it, and put the tire back on the pivot, try to get the pivot to walk forward, turn the water back on, keep my fingers crossed that it just does what it's supposed to. As I am no longer making plans, I only have hopes and desires now. My hope is that I will turn both pivots back on today, let them run roughly 24 hours. Go ahead and turn the little pivot off and turn the hand lines on, because that's what I was trying to do a couple days ago when this whole thing happened. And depending on the timeline of all of that, my hope is that we will be turning all of the water off on Thursday night to give the field a couple of days to dry, so that when Sam comes back on Sunday, we might be able to open the fields for the 4th cutting. So again, at this point, I don't make plans. I just have hopes and dreams and aspirations of great things happening. Still have not been able to get into my classroom. Last I heard from our principal, he was talking with the district to see if maybe they could make some kind of an arrangement with the firefighters so that we could start getting in this next week. But I don't know if that's actually going to happen. So the 17th is my first contract day back, and it's basically a half a day of meetings, and then we might get to work in our classrooms. Welcome to week 2 of solo farming with Brandi. I hope it is very boring and uneventful. So keep your fingers crossed. Stay tuned. Okay, so this is the lug nut. This is the rounded side of the lug nut. That's it, and that's the flat side. The rounded side goes forward towards the wheel and goes in that little gap thing. We did put anti-seize on all of the lug studs except for this one, which we're going to take that one off and do it right now. So that's what I was talking about in the last video. Well, good morning. It is Groundhog's Day part I don't even know what, and I don't feel like I'm any closer to getting this pivot to fall in love with me. So got a notification that it stopped about a half hour ago. I have no idea why. We got the tire back on it, got it started. It stopped for some reason down the hill. Ryan happened to still be here. We checked all the towers, everything looked fine. We walked it forward and backward, all the towers moved, so I just turned it back on. It walked all the way over to the pivot stop until it got over here. It looks to me like the 4th tower is stuck, which is the one that we just put the tire on, so I just turned the water off. I'll walk the 2 towers back to try to make it in a straight line, and then I'll drive out and see what's wrong with the 4th tower. Hopefully it's a quick, easy fix. I kind of am hating this pivot, to be honest. I really thought the hardest thing that I was going to have to do these 2 weeks was just turn the hand lines on and off like 8 times or something, but it has been this guy. This big pivot has been a big pain. Yeah, so luckily at most I probably only have to deal with it until Thursday, when we're planning on turning the water off so that the fields can dry a little bit before we do the 4th cutting. But yeah, today's Monday, so that's 4 more days of this, I think. 3, 4, I don't know, some number of days. So anyway, if it's something exciting, I'll keep you posted. Otherwise, it's just stuck and I'll pull it out and hope that it can go 8 more hours before it has another tantrum. So keep your fingers crossed for me and stay tuned. This is basically almost the exact same spot that it got stuck in last time a couple of days ago, which is kind of nice because I know that that's not a major issue. So I put a bunch more rocks down in the bottom to try to make this hole not as deep. You can see the gouge that the frame is digging into the side of the wheel track as the wheel is having to go so low to get to the ground. So hopefully this will help bring it up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and start the pivot walking this way, hook up the winch, just kind of pull it through here, and then turn the water back on and hope for the best. So keep your fingers crossed. I guess I was feeling left out. I just got a notification a little bit ago that the little pivot had stopped, so it came out here. Looks like the 2nd tower's stuck, so I'll do the process that I did this morning. Walk it backwards, pull it out, just rock in, keep my fingers crossed. Stay tuned. Good morning. It is almost 8 o'clock on Wednesday. I thought I was going to be able to go a whole day without any issues, updates. I guess technically I didn't put out an update yesterday, but that's just because the issue happened after I went to bed last night, but before midnight, so it still happened on Tuesday. So I got out last night and started all the hand lines, turned off the little pivot, thought things were just going to go well overnight and I would come out and turn them off first thing this morning. Apparently the big pivot had other ideas, so I don't know why it decided to stop at 11 o'clock last night on the top of the hill. I'll go see if I can figure it out. On the bright side, I get to go into my classroom today for the first time, so I will give you my point of view when I get to look at it for the first time. So I'm sure that's what people who watch a farm channel want to see, but it's part of our daily life, so stay tuned. Well, if I have to pick something to go wrong, that would be my first choice. Went over, it was the 2nd tower that was a little bit stuck. So just drove out to it with the side-by-side, hooked the winch up to it, pulled it out of the hole, put some rocks and gravel in the hole, and watched it keep walking for a couple more rotations. It seems to be able to do fine without any help from me, so came back up here to the center. Sorry, that noise is annoying. Anyway, came up here, turned the water back on, just waiting for the pivot to fill and let it keep walking. It's probably got, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours till it hits the pivot stop. So I think I am going to assume, nope, I am going to confidently believe that it is going to keep working. And I'm gonna feed the pigs, and then I'm gonna go head to the school and see what I can do there. So stay tuned. Okay, here we go, walking in. Floor's shiny. Okay. Okay. Well, so this file cabinet goes over there. This file cabinet goes over there. These aren't too hard to move because they're all on wheels. These, this and this, are not on wheels. So I will have to drag those back to where those go. And then a lot of this was on those. So then I get to put all that back. So I get to wrestle a file cabinet or two first. And my desk goes right there. So yeah, okay. Well, best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time, so I'll just start biting, I guess. Wish me luck. Well, luckily that was a pretty easy fix thanks to the amazing janitor. Got the file cabinet moved, got that moved, got the bookshelves moved, got the other file cabinet moved, and that bookshelf is on wheels. So now it's just kind of sorting, arranging, putting stuff. So the easy part, but the hard part. So. So that's kind of the gist of it. You've seen my very precise measuring system. This round table is going to end up going over here once I get those desks moved. So I'm just going to keep kind of arranging desks and all the little things. I will show you hopefully a finished product, not today, but hopefully before next Wednesday when the kids start showing up. So keep your fingers crossed and stay tuned. Oh, and one of the reasons that I was texting so much, Sam just sent me a message that said don't kill the big pivot. Apparently it's stopped again for some reason, so it's going to have to just wait until I get home because I am going to keep working here for a little bit longer, and then I will figure out if I want to deal with the pivot or go make photocopies. So again, it'll be fun to find out. All right, I got my dots under my desks. I made the spacing a little more precise. They should all be, all the rows should be roughly, I don't know, 39, whatever that is, from there to there, and from there to there is roughly. So obviously the best, smartest, most well-behaved kids are going to be sitting in the blue and orange row, followed closely by the yellow and green. I hope the yellow and black are smart and kind and funny and well-behaved, because if they choose to sit in that row, then they're already at a disadvantage. Just kidding. Just when I thought the stress had ended and I might get a couple of days just to relax, I came out to turn off the head gate, noticed that wasn't really making any noise. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't really know how to go about troubleshooting it or how to fix it, but I'm pretty sure I don't want the fences to be off for the next 2 days. So I texted Sam, hopefully he'll text me back. Farming's exhausting. Who knew? This is the little pivot, which I stopped with a GPS stop on the app that we use. When I got home from the school yesterday, I did go out and check the big pivot. I think it was the third tower that was stuck, so got it unstuck, put some gravel in the hole, got it going again. When it got up to the house stop about 10 o'clock last night, I went ahead and stopped it. So the water is off for the 4th cutting, but now I gotta figure out what's wrong with the fence, so stay tuned. Okay, well thankfully it was a fairly easy fix. It turned out to just be a fuse. If I would have thought about it, I would have showed what the process is to replace the fuse, but it took both hands and it's really not that interesting. So if ever Sam's out here replacing a fuse or I have to come out and replace a fuse again, I will try to get some video of what that looks like. Otherwise, it is my great hope and desire that this will be the end of the video, because there won't be anything else to really report for the next 2 days unless I just want to show you cute cows standing in a field chewing grass. Of course, if that's not the case, I will keep you posted and updated on what fun situation arises over the next 2 days. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching.